Hello fam, welcome to BI Fox YouTube channel. I'm Idris and today we're going to talk about data visualization so I can show you how to go from this Power BI native card to this sexy one.
So that means you're smart.
And lately on my LinkedIn profile I have shared an example of a sales dashboard highlighting what you can do with this new Power BI native card. And today I would like to go with you step by step so we can create similar visual. And for this we're going to need three things: a Power BI native card, field parameters, and a bookmarks. So without further ado, let's go to the PBIX file and reproduce this visual together. So for my example, as you can see, I can compare my result with the target, with the previous year, previous month, monthly average, or I can add any other analysis that I want inside of my card. And now that we are on the PBIX file, this is the final result we are trying to achieve, and this is from where we're going to start. Firstly, you need to know that with the new Power BI native card, now you have the ability to control the title, subtitle, the divider, and the spacing. We go to the title, and I will remove it because I have already prepared my title in Figma. And on the subtitle, I will just write something for the purpose of demonstrating what can be done here. But instead of this title, I would like to put my static result, which is the sales measure that I don't want to filter out while choosing my analysis. And the result should not be formatted as a number because we are using it on the title. And for this purpose, I have created a separate measure that I will show you right now. As you can see, it's a switch true measure that allows me to set a condition for the results of my measure so I can display it in Ks or millions. I will not go through the details of the DAX measures you will see in this video because it's not the purpose, and I'm trying not to make it a long video, but feel free to ask me on the comments below if you need help with that. So, going back to the subtitle, I will increase the font size to 25 and then I will switch to a white color. The next step is removing background because, as I mentioned, I have already prepared this on Figma. I will open up Figma right now to show you the project. As you can see, I have everything ready to use in Figma. I have created the placeholders for my filters, for my cards, and also for my area chart. I have used Figma for this example. Some people are using PowerPoints, others are using Photoshop. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do a special video about Figma, going through designing a report, showing you tips, and even creating a report from scratch. Alright, going back to the PBIX file, I will push my subtitle to the middle, and then I will get rid of the visual border. Then, as I have explained earlier, I will not be able to filter the subtitle, but in contrary, I have full control on the value I'm using if I create a field parameter or a calculation group. On this example, I'm using a field parameter. I have already created one, but let me give you a quick reminder about how to create a field parameter. You will have to go to Modeling, New Parameter, and then you will find two options, Numeric Range and Fields. We are going to choose Fields. Then to create a new one, you just need to choose the measures you want to have inside of your parameter, select or drag them in here, give them a pretty name, and then hit Create. Now let's take a look on my field parameters, and as you can see, it is containing the four measures that I want to use in my hidden menu. For the measure, I'm using a time intelligence analysis, comparing my total sales to the previous month, creating variables to store my previous month result, my current result, and then computing the variance and the percentage that I want to display. And on the return part, I'm creating the format that you can see on the card with the delimiter between the percentage change and the variance. Nothing too complicated, it's the same thing for the previous year, similar thing for the monthly average and for the target also. Okay, now I will need to replace the value that I have in my card with these field parameters. Okay, after that I will make it smaller, and to do that I'm gonna need to go to the callout value, and then I will change the font size with 15 this time. Okay, that looks fine, and now let's go and test these field parameters. To do that, I'm going to create a new filter. This is a table, let me switch it to a slicer. Okay, I'm gonna need to resize it and place it in here. Alright, now let's change the color of the value to white so we can see actually the options. Okay, and now let's give it a test. Versus last year, versus last month, it's working. Okay, now let's create the menu. I will start first by removing the slicer header, And now we will need to create two bookmarks that will play the role of showing and hiding our menu, and then place them in the same position so we can use them to open and close the menu. And to do that, we will go to Insert, click on Buttons, then choose a blank one. Then I will drag it to the three dots that I will use as a menu, resize it, go to Button Style, and remove the icon and the border. Then I will need to go to Bookmark, add a new one. Then I will give it a name. I will name it Show Slicer 1. I'll remove the data. Then we will need to go to the selection panel, and I will hide my show slicer and keep hide slicer and the slicer shown like this. And then I will update this one and I will add a new one, which is going to be hide slicer. And for this part, I'm going to do the opposite. First of all, I'm going to remove the data, and then I'm going to go to the selection, show this button, which is show slicer, and then hide the slicer and hide the other button, which is hide slicer. And then I will update it. Now let's test it. Show, hide. Okay, now we need to go to the buttons and give them some actions. Alright, for the first one, it's going to be a bookmark. Then it will be show slicer 1. I'm gonna click into it. Alright, now it's hidden the first one. Then on the second one, it's bookmark again, and it's hide slicer 1. Now let's test the buttons. Alright, seems that it's working. Now the next part is the conditional formatting, and for this I have already created a measure. It's a conditional formatting measure, which is a switch true, saying if it contains last year, give me the sales minus the previous one, which is the variance, and if the result of the variance is greater than 0, give me this color. If it's less than 0, then give me the other one, else give me the white one. Alright, let's go and test it right now. I'm gonna need to go to the color value. Instead of the black color, I'm gonna use my new measure. I'm gonna use field value, and then I'm gonna search for the conditional formatting measure that I have created. Okay, and now let's test again. Versus last year, last month, monthly average. Okay, seems like my conditional formatting is working also. Great. Now let's filter out the area chart just so we can see if we can interact with the result. And as you can see, everything is working now as I have shown you in the beginning. That was it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this step-by-step tutorial. Let's continue the conversation on the comments. Let me know what do you think about this Power BI native card. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to smash that like button, share it with your BI folks, and catch you on the next one.